Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Sarcastic Barman and welcome to my channel. Unfortunately, we haven't got the sex video today, we've got another video, mainly because I was listening to the radio in the car today and something really did slightly annoy me, shall we say. For anyone who's wondering, this video is going to contain racial slurs. If you're offended by racial slurs, please don't watch this video because you will just be offended. And on that note, I shall roll the intro. And we'll get on with why something's offended me. Yay! Now I'm going to say this once again for anyone who's here just to get annoyed at me. This video is going to contain racial slurs. If you don't want to hear racial slurs, please close this video now. You can leave me a bitchy comment that I'm going to use racial slurs by all means. I'm hoping this video is going to create a lot of comments and people talking about things. So I'd like to get other people's feedback on this. Now, as I was driving to the shops today, because I'm a fat pie and I needed food, luckily had beer, having pub, you've usually got beer. We were listening to the radio, and on the news was a little story about an open letter written to some schools here in the UK, asking for them not to say a certain word while covering of Mice and Men. I did actually go and buy this for this video. I realised I don't have a copy of Mice and Men. I lost my copy from school. So, if anyone hasn't guessed, the word is going to be nigger. I'm going to have to say it because I've got bits I want to read, as much as I don't want to say it, because it's not a word I use on an everyday sort of occurrence. The only time I think I've ever said it in the last several years will be now. Ah, dear me. The point I want to raise is, should we stop words like this being said in schools, in an environment where the context of the word can actually be discussed, where its historical references can be discussed, where points can be put across on why it shouldn't be used. Notice I'm saying that not why it should be used. No, I don't think it should be used at all. But if you're covering a historical book, you can't censor the book just because you don't like the word. And I'm also noticing that the book's being written to, the letter is being written to a set of schools, saying, no, you can't do that word. Right, so you're going to write these open letters to musical artists as well then, who use that word as an everyday sort of occurrence and not care? Or is that fine because it's an artistic right or anything like that? In which case, is the book not an artistic right? For an example, this song is currently number 7 in the UK chart hitsy thingy-mabobbies. We'll read you a little verse of this amazingly written, well-composed piece of shit. Need to get this album done. Need a couple number ones. Need a plaque on every song. Need me like one with Nicki now. Tell a rap nigga I don't see ya. Ha. I'm a pop nigga like Bieber. Ha. I don't fuck bitches, I'm queer, huh? But these nigger bitches like Medea. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Amazing piece of literary, poemery, rhyming wordings of a fucking song there. And that's Industrial Baby, sung by Jack Harlow and Lil Nas. Joys! Joys! Now the problem of taking a word like that out of schools is you then take away the ability for people to talk about it, as I mentioned before, which meaning that anyone can go and find that song online. It's not difficult, it's not protected, it's not edited. Yes, there will be radio edits of the song, but that's for just general radio. YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all of those, the full song is available there. So, would you rather have people coming across a word like that in a school where it can be discussed, or at home where it becomes normalised because pop artists are using it in their songs? Yeah, I think this open letter's just being written to the wrong people. Or are you going to play the, no, they can use that word because of the colour of their skin, which then, again, takes meaning away from the word. If you want to have the word banned, you ban the word. But for God's sake, don't ban it in books that are getting on to 80 odd, 90 odd years old. That just seems fucking stupid. Historical references and historical accuracy should still be looked at. If we don't learn from history, we're bound to goddamn repeat it. It's a saying that's been said many times, but it's fucking true. You can want to hide racism of the past as much as you want, but it doesn't change the fact that it happened and that we should learn from these things. Now, it's a bit difficult for me to put any of this into a proper context because I'm white. The only racism I've ever experienced in my life is in school, and it's, you're Welsh, you shag sheep, or, you're Welsh, you're like incestuous and things. That's about it, which is nothing compared to what some people obviously get. And as a Welsh person, play up to that and go, yep, we shag the sheep, you still eat them. So, there is that. But this is something that should be looked at more. Cancel culture is getting out of hand, and this isn't the first time of Mice and Men's been looked at banning the word being used. It's listed as one of the most controversial books ever, which I think is no. I think that's stupid to think that's a controversial book. I think it's more sad that, no, I'm not giving spoilers away that someone gets shot at the end, but still, read the books, learn from historical context, and just generally stop being douches when it comes to things like this. Stop trying to cancel fucking everything. And if you are going to try and cancel fucking everything that offends you in that way, look at some of the modern stuff that's still coming out using words like that. I've not seen any letters to Little Nas and other artists saying, you can't use that word, you can't put these songs on the radio, blah, blah, blah. It's an offensive word, my children might hear it, blah, blah, blah. No, you're sending them to teachers. The people who can actually teach your kids about these words and why they're so bad. Does this bit not sort of sink into you that don't take these things away, you can't bury these problems under the carpet, down the fucking alleyway or anything like that? You need to address them head on and say, this word should not be used. Well, why shouldn't it be used? Unfortunately, you then have no context to tell people why it can't be used because you removed all historical context for it and it just becomes a word, which would be nice. But there are going to be people who understand the meaning of that word and see it as offensive. And I've tried to use it as little as fucking possible in this video, as you can tell. But that's all I've actually got to say today. It's a rant. It's annoyed me. Have a debate in the comments below. I want to know what everyone thinks. Should words like that be removed from text? Should they be kept in text for the historical context? Should then that ability for schools to talk about words like this be there to help curb racism by facing it head on rather than hiding from it? It's fucking annoying. I just feel like it's cancel culture over and over. Even though, as I said before, this isn't the first time people have tried to have the words removed. Of Mice and Men to Kill a Mockingbird. Fucking Huckleberry Finn. These words are in the books for because they were at the time. Oh, I'm just going to start rabbiting. I'm going to leave it there as my little historical rant of fucking shite. Don't forget to like, share, comment down below. There'll be a proper video out tomorrow. It's going to be the weird sex one that Colon sent me. Hope you all enjoy it. It's a bit more light-hearted than this shite. And Thursday's video is done as well. Woo! Thank you very much. Good night.